Someone in the comments asked, because I've been to the Philippines so many times, what is my preferred route? And, basically, how do I get there? Because I live here in Liverpool, it's quite a way, and there are no direct flights, obviously. So, someone asked, how do I get to the Philippines? And the answer is quite simple. What I do is I go onto Skyscanner, on the internet. I check out Skyscanner and I look for the dates, my preferred dates, and I can change them a little bit. I always make sure I've got a kind of a week gap. But what I do is I start looking around about 4 months before I want to travel. Now, usually, and I'm not saying this happens every time, but usually the best deals come from Air China or Shenzhen Airlines. My preferred one is Shenzhen, and the reason I prefer Shenzhen is it's a 6.5 hour transfer in Shenzhen Airport on the way, and then an 8 hour transfer on the way back. Whereas in Beijing, in Air China, you tend to travel via Beijing, and the waits can be 2 hours coming and going, but they can also be 12 and 15 hours coming and going. Shenzhen is also a little cheaper. I wouldn't say a lot cheaper, a little bit cheaper. But the big one for me is that the second portion of the trip is only about 2.5 hours from Shenzhen to Manila, whereas from Beijing it's about a 5-hour flight. So I prefer the shorter leg. Don't get me wrong. I'm not disputing that Air China is a good airline or anything. It's just that this is my preference. One day I will go via Air China and let you guys know what the difference is between Air China and Shenzhen Airlines. Personally, my personal favourite is Shenzhen. I always book them through Flightcatchers. So I'll look for the flight on Skyscanner, and then I will book through Flightcatchers. My average cost, okay. So from Liverpool, I get the Stagecoach bus. It usually costs about £30 return, which I find is pretty good. 15 quid each way, £15 each way is fine. It's fine with me. The flight from Heathrow, so via Shenzhen, the most I've paid was 400. Just under £398, I think, was the most expensive I paid via Shenzhen, and the best price I've seen for Air China was $429. So there's not a huge difference between the two. Anyone else, you've got to be looking £600-700. So my favourites are, of course, Air China and Shenzhen Airlines, and I always seem to fly Shenzhen. So that's the way I get there, guys. Yeah. So Stagecoach, and then Shenzhen Airlines. Total cost, I suppose, an average of £415 for everything. So yeah. The flight I've got booked for next time is £389, and the coach ticket is £32.50. So what's that? It's about £400, just over 400. I'm not splitting hairs over that. 389 and 32. 420, 421, and for returns, that's not bad. A big tip though, guys, is when you're getting this, if you do get Stagecoach, is always book so that you can alter the the return ticket, because it's only happened to me once, but the flight on the way back got delayed by 2 hours, and obviously I missed the coach home, the bus home, the stagecoach home, so I had to rebook, which was great because I had the ticket which enabled me to do so. So that was fabulous. The downside of that was I had to wait in Heathrow for about 4.5 hours, but yeah, hey ho. One of those things. But anyway, that's the only tip I would give you. And like I said, Shenzhen Airlines, okay, it's budget. The seats are comfortable enough. You know, you're sitting there for around 12 hours, but the seats are very comfortable. You do get enough leg room. The staff are very, very good, in fact. The staff, you wouldn't put the staff down as being a budget airline. They do look after you very well. You get into Shenzhen. Shenzhen can be, I suppose, for the first time you've ever been there, it could be quite scary when you're going through customs at Shenzhen. But guys, there's nothing to worry about. As long as you're all legal, they're fine, very friendly. Yeah, there's nothing to worry about there. The other thing is, of course, getting your visa. So it's an e-visa. Don't book it before 72 hours before you fly, or before you arrive, should I say. So what I do, I book my visa the day I'm travelling. It's dead easy. You just you get it on the government site, the visa site. If you just put in e-visa for the Philippines, it'll come straight up. It's not a problem. Basically, it's just you're not bringing anything illegal. They're the only questions it's going to ask. You're not bringing in anything illegal into the country, firearms or drugs or anything, So it's a standard entry kind of questionnaire. And yeah, just do that 72 hours before you're due to arrive, and that's fine. That's fine, guys. Nothing could be simpler. But that's the only thing I would say is make sure you can alter your return travel via stagecoach, and make sure you do your visa the day before you travel, no more than 72 hours before you're due to land. And that's it, guys. That is it. Guys, I shall see you soon. Till next, I hope I've answered your questions anyway. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Guys, I'll see you next time. Until then, see ya.